Por versus para has haunted many Spanish language learners since the beginning of time. Kind of like this guy who never seems to go away. So riddle me this. Has anyone broken down how you determine when to use por versus para in a conversation? In today's episode of 30 for 30, we're entering into the dreaded experience for a second time to defeat the monsters por y para. Oh, and you can leave your bat at the crib. I got you covered. Vámonos.
Det var första gången vi möttes. Våra blickar bara möttes. Kommer du ihåg det igen?
Hola y bienvenido a segundo episodio de 30 for 30 con por versus para. Este es episodio 17. This is episode 17. Soy Profe Don Omar. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome. And be sure to check out the first part of this two-part series. There is a card right above here for that. If you've been here before, welcome back. And I'm super excited to have you back with me. And now let's get it popping with the reason we're all here, por y para. Damas y caballeros, tenemos que recordar, we've got to remember, hay dos palabras que quiere decir for en español. Tenemos para y por, ¿verdad? Piénsalo. We've been thinking about this, right? We said that para, tenemos que recordar el acrónimo. We've got to remember the acronym perfecto, right? So anytime we're talking about perfecto, we know it goes with la preposición para, with the preposition para, which is for, right? So we've gone through P, E, and R in the first episode of this. We're continuing on right now con F with future dates and deadlines. The F for future dates / deadline. To say when something is due or should be turned in. To say when something is due or to be turned in. Future dates. Here we go. El recibo de la luz es para el 31 de octubre. The light bill is due on October 31st. Future dates. Y aquí tenemos la E, the E for employment, right? The E for employment. La razón, the reason, to say for whom you work, right? We're talking about employment here. Yo trabajo para el gobierno estatal. Yo trabajo para el gobierno estatal. I work for the state government. Y aquí tenemos la C for comparison, right? Comparación. For or considering. For or considering. Para un niño de 2 años, él es muy listo. Para un niño de 2 años, él es muy listo. All right, so we're talking about for a kid that's 2 years old. He is very smart. La T for toward. Mira el ejemplo. Another way to say a when you're going to a place. Y también podemos usar la palabra pa. And also, we can use the shortened version of para. So if you've ever been around somebody that's a Spanish speaker or a native speaker, you can notice that they use this word pa. And then you're going like, pa, what does that mean? Well, it's actually the shortened version of the preposition para. And oftentimes in informal conversations, you will hear that utilized. Y aquí tenemos la oración. Vamos para la playa. I don't know if you know that song, but definitely want to check it out. It's a banger. It was a banger during the summer. Anyways, la O for opinión or opinion. For plus a person. Mire este ejemplo. Para mí, el francés es un poco difícil. Aquí tenemos el acrónimo perfecto. Purpose, effect, recipient. Those are the ones that we did in the first episode of this 30 for 30 series, this 2-part series on por versus para. We did purpose, effect, and recipient in the first one. Here we have future dates, employment, comparison, toward or to, and opinion. All right, damas y caballeros, vamos a continuar con la segunda parte con por. We're going to continue with the second part with the word por. Y tenemos que recordar el acrónimo attracted, poorly spelled, by the way, right? Attracted, poor. We did the A, the T, and the R in the previous video. Today, we're focusing on the second A, which is after. Going to get or going after something. Vamos al supermercado por huevos y tocino. You're going to the supermarket for eggs and bacon. La C, cost, is the C in attracted. Paid blank for. Por ejemplo, ¿cuánto pagaste por los huevos y el tocino? How much did you pay for the eggs and the bacon? The second T, thanks. When you're giving thanks here. Thanks for, and then whatever it happens to be. Por ejemplo, gracias por la ayuda. Gracias. Thank you for the help. La E, exchange. E for exchange. In place of, in exchange for, on behalf of. Por ejemplo, quiero intercambiar mis dólares por pesos, por favor. Exchange, right? Intercambiar significa to exchange. I want to exchange my dollars for pesos, please. That's a good one to take with. Y la D, the D, duration. Por ejemplo, duration of time. Voy a Colombia por 6 meses. Duration of time, 6 months, right? Y aquí tenemos el acrónimo attracted, around, transportation, reason. Those were ATR from the first episode with por versus para. We're continuing on with going after something, right? Cost, thanks, exchange, duration of time. Make sure you pause the screen so that you can pick up what I'm putting down and you can jot this information down if you need to. You are more than welcome to do so. If you found value in today's episode, click or tap the like button so I know to continue providing information like this. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel so that you can continue this language journey in Espanol conmigo. By all means, share this video with your friends, your family, colleagues, anybody you know trying to learn the language, because ultimately the more the merrier, right? And I got some new things on the horizon coming next month. And so let's make sure we wrap this up correctly, because we want to talk about por and para take a lot of practice to master. And the best practice is by actively seeking out people and places to speak Spanish, especially if you don't live in a Spanish-speaking country. For many of us, there are people who are willing to practice right around where we live. If you want to practice with me one-on-one, contact me using my info in the description below or from the banner on my channel. And as we always do, we have the opportunity for you to leave us some comentarios, but this time we wanted you to do all of the letters. And as we always have, aquí tenemos la práctica. En la sección de los comentarios, in the section, the comment section, make sure you give us some example phrases of attracted and give us some example phrases of perfecto. Utilize your notes. This is good practice. And once you put it out there, starting that process of making sure that the reasons for por versus para stick. And if you want to continue leveling up your Spanish even more, click on one of these 2 videos that will show you how to use the present tense and the future tense to talk about the past. Soy Profe Don Omar. Nos vemos.